You're watching HuffPost Live. I'm Dena Takruri. If you're watching this segment now, there's a good chance you've been harassed on the street or seen someone else fall victim to it. Catcalls, flashing, groping, stalking, or sexist comments, whatever it is, it's never okay. This week marks International Anti-Street Harassment Week, and activists all over the world are taking action on the streets and online to raise awareness and put an end to it. We're joined now by some of them, and so we have in the Google Hangout, Debjani Roy, she's the Deputy Director of Hollaback, Kearl, the founder of Stop Street Harassment, Nihal Saad Zaghloul, co-founder of Imprint Movement, Nuala Cabral, co-founder of Fostering Activism and Alternatives Now, and Pierre Berastain, co-chair of the Massachusetts LGBT Domestic Violence Coalition. I want to welcome you all to HuffPost Live. Holly. Yeah, Nihal, talk to us a little bit about what's going on the ground in Egypt, because we know there's a huge sexual harassment problem, street harassment problem, and we know from you that men are actually involved in trying to put an end to it too.
Yeah, hi. So the problem is in Egypt right now is that it has become sort of socially acceptable to harass women. Women do not speak out as against harassment as often as possible because some of them actually think it is their own fault because whether they're not covered enough or because they laughed out loud or did something somehow that provoked this man. So men take advantage of this and they sort of say, right, so it is her fault. And of course, we have a problem with our government that it doesn't really address the issue. So as a movement, we started trying to recruit actually more men than women. Because we think if some men saw, the harasser saw how many men are against harassment, they would stop eventually. Also that we have a small problem with women is that now the streets have become dangerous. So the women who are interested in working against sexual harassment are unable to go out and be late and work on the streets that much, while men can't. So in our movement, for example, we are 50 plus volunteers, but we have only 18 women. So, and the rest are men.
And are you trying to encourage more women to go out?
We are. We try as much as we can, but then with all of the harassment that is happening, and then recently with all of the mass sexual assaults happening on Tahrir and on everywhere else that is crowded, it's really difficult. But we always try to talk to their parents. We always try to tell them it's okay, we can do it, we can handle it, we have enough men. But still, it is difficult. But as I said, we have more men in our movement than women.
Yeah, I mean, just give us a snapshot of what it's like as an Egyptian woman. What is the type of sexual harassment that you might face going out into the street, and then to what extent does that actually deter women from going out, period?
Well, the problem, as a woman, we can go out and you can get a lot of sexual insults and sexual insinuations about your body, about how you look, about what he would like to do to you if you were with him. And of course, looks like he's undressing you with his eyes, and all of this. So it is difficult, and of course, many women start now going to women's only places. Like we have now two cabins in the metro for only women. So many women prefer that. I personally don't like it because I think it's segregation of the women out of the public space, and we're trying to get women into public space. So, that happens is that many women defer from going out. They defer from taking public transportation. They try to take taxis, areas where they don't have to get in contact with a lot of men.
Yeah. Natty Morgan here in our comments really wants to know. He says, so is it wrong to say hello to a woman you don't know? I live by the seize the moment mentality. If I see a woman I would like to know, I introduce myself. Don't see what's wrong with it. I mean, for so many people, the lines are blurred between paying a compliment and harassment, approaching someone and, intimidating them.
Yeah, I was just saying that sexual harassment, specifically in Egypt, is mainly because we think it's a power thrive. It's not about sexual frustration. It's not about anything else. Because we have 12-year-olds, men or boys harassing women on the streets because they are, as Pierre said, they're being pressured. And being pressured doesn't mean there's the free sexual urge or anything. They are because they want to feel powerful over a certain woman. And we think that mainly because they probably are not empowered. in their own lives. So they try to have power over women outside. So they always say, and they say those vile things because they know that women will not talk back. And that at the end, but the problem is, like, one of the protests about 4 women held on knives, and it freaked out a lot of the people in the media that, okay, women are getting more aggressive, women are going to kill men who harass her. I don't think that even violence is the answer, because you cannot fix a wrong with another wrong. So we think that awareness is very important on both sides of equality and tolerance, and that we're both equal. And at the end of the day, women are human beings. But I don't think, absolutely not, it's not about sexual frustration. It is a power thrive at the end.